Hello and welcome to another Glenn Maney Talks Chelsea. And yesterday it was Crystal Palace 0, Chelsea 1 in the English Premiership. Before I start about yesterday's game, big thanks to all those who gave me feedback on the video about the dirtiest game, the 1970 FA Cup and FA Cup final replay. It just sort of shows what a great community the Chelsea boys are. All different memories come flooded in. It was lovely reading them all. Glad I've done the video now. Brought back great memories for some of us old uns, and I was so pleased so many of you on Facebook, everywhere, shared your memories. It was great reading. That's why I do these. And also for the young uns, it sort of showed them what Chelsea used to be about, and probably why us oldies sometimes get on our high horses. So, yesterday, what can I say? Yeah, we probably deserved to win the game. We had 58% possession to their 42, but they had some cracking chances. And remember in the summer, everyone was clambering to side Wilfried Zaha. He would have fitted in nice in our forward line, wouldn't he? Because he couldn't hit a barn door, could he? Fortunately for us as well, because he missed a couple of gilt-edged chances. Mendy didn't even have to work. He just put them wide. There was another one as well. I'm trying to think who it was. It was a great bit of, I can't remember the guy's name, but a great bit of play going forward. Wrong-footed Sarr, but again wide. But I did have some chances. Mendy didn't have to make a worthwhile save, and that says it all about Palace's finishing, fortunately for us. So yeah, we had a disallowed goal. Lukaku was just offside, took a shot. Buckland, who'd replaced the original keeper, pushed it out, and Ziyech put it in, but it was marginally offside. And that was one of the few times that Lukaku touched it. He only had one other shot that I can remember from wide, and he touched it 7 times in the whole game, which we've got to have a discussion about. Our tempo was poor. Some players were obviously played out of position because we've got injuries. We've got players that are carrying knocks, and Timo Werner had flu, as have a couple of the first team squad. So we don't know what went on behind the scenes, but we ended up with a side with Mendy in goal, Christensen at right back, and Palace had a right go at him. Zaha thought it was his birthday. No fault of Christensen playing out of position. Then we had Thiago Silva, who had a very good game. Rudiger, unlucky not to score. Great save by their keeper. And Malang Sarr at left back. And I'm sorry, he's only a young lad. I'm not going to batter into him, but the more I see of him, the less I think he's actually a Chelsea player. Just my opinion. You probably think different. In front of them we had Jorginho. We were playing a 4-1-4-1 basically. So Jorginho was there as a sort of defensive pivot, and in midfield we had Kante, obviously, just in front of him, doing a lot of forward work as well as getting back defensively, which he had to do a fair bit. We had Pulisic, who kept going over. I don't know if it was the end of Storm Eunice or whatever, but he looked like some of these videos I see where people can't walk in the street. We had Havertz on one side, who flattered to deceive. He'd do something brilliant and give the ball away in a silly position. Reminded me a bit like when he first came to the club. Remember, he used to do something magic and then he used to give it away in a dangerous position. Yesterday he gave it away, they got a shot off, and if they could finish, that would have been a goal. And on the other side we had Ziyech. He was one of our shining lights. He didn't always get the ball where he should have done, but do you know what? I'll give credit where credit's due, and I've been one of his biggest critics. Yesterday he put a proper defensive performance in, always tried to get that ball in quick when he could, and obviously scored a really well taken goal. Sort of took it on the, I think it was the half volley, could have been the volley, just a side foot between Buckland's leg. It was a pace that beat the keeper from actually a very good cross from Marco Alonso, who come on as substitute. So yeah, that was the oh, and Lukaku up front. How could I forget Lukaku? Easily. We don't play to his strengths. I know people are going to say, oh, we're not playing to, and we're not. Those people are right. They are right. We don't get the ball forward enough. We don't get the ball forward quickly enough. But Romelu has stopped trying. In my opinion, only in my opinion, he stopped trying. He's not making the runs. He's not giving people options. And that could well be because he's done it so often before and he hasn't got the ball that he's thought, what's the point? I rate Tuchel so highly as a coach that he either doesn't fancy Lukaku full stop and it wasn't his signing, or, well, that's it. Or Lukaku's not listening to what he said in training. Because Tuchel must, like all of us, see that Lukaku's not making the runs, and that when he does make the runs on that odd occasion, he's not getting the ball. Last night, I don't know if you've seen Match of the Day, but watch it on catch up, and Ian Wright and Shearer, they give a decent insight as to where he should be running. And when you think of it, even if you play football at the park, you'll watch it and you'll think, yeah, that's probably where I would have run. But he doesn't. He's just staying behind the defence. He's just not working. So I think it's something that Tuchel really needs to get a grip on, if, of course, he wants to keep him at the club. And you and I don't know if that's the if that's what he does want. It's going to be a pretty short video today because it was a pretty dire performance, really, lacklustre. Just so let's go through the team. Mendy in goal. Didn't really have a lot of direct saving to do, but several times stood tall. Basically, put a big obstacle in the front of Zaha, and I can't remember the other geezer's name. But yeah, did what he needed to do, and for that reason, Mendy gets a 7. Christensen gets a 6. It's not his fault. He played out of position, got ripped a new one in the first half, came into it a bit more, but no, it's not his position. He's a centre back. Thiago Silva gets an 8 from me. I thought he did really, really well yesterday. Marshalled them. Some great headed clearances when we were under pressure, particularly from corners. Just really controlled whatever he was in charge of. Brought the ball out, tried playing the ball forward. Just an all-round Thiago Silva performance. Rudiger gets a 7. Played well. Couple of uncharacteristic times he gave the ball away. Couple of needless challenges in areas where they could then use a free kick because they're big old lumps, Palace. And but a great shot on goal. I would love that to have gone in. I think it was a bit wind assisted. It was like a rocket, but great save from the goalkeeper. So Rudy put a performance in, put a shift in. Rudy gets a 7. Malang Sarr gets a 5. He's a centre back and he's playing left back, but he was pretty poor. Put one great ball in for I think it was Kante, who should have scored, but he hit it straight at the keeper. But that aside, gave the ball away, didn't look that great defensively, caught out of position a few times. Yeah, just pretty poor all round. He gets a 5. Jorginho gets a 6.5. Not his finest game, but didn't really do a lot wrong. Just plays that ball sideways so many times when we all know he's so good at playing that ball forward. A lot of the time just slowed the game down too much. Havertz gets a 6.5. Done some great things. Doesn't get the ball forward enough. I'm not sure if that's his fault or if he's just thinking Lukaku's not going to be running anyway. That team needs to have a good sit down and sort this out. So yeah, flattered to deceive did Kai yesterday. Not his greatest, not his worst. 6.5. Pulisic gets a 5.5. Should have scored. He was stretching, but you'd expect him to put that away and he skied it. It was a difficult chance, don't get me wrong, but I'd expect him to put that away. I think if he'd been playing for America, that'd be in. But he got pushed off the ball too easy yesterday. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know if he's been on a diet or what, but he seems to have lost a lot of strength. I know he was never the strongest, but he got pushed off so easily. So easily. Just keeps trying to get fouls and they're not. They're just... So yeah, not very happy with Pulisic yesterday. Kante yesterday gets a 6.5. Definitely not his best game. Lost the ball a lot. I think he's better playing as a total defensive pivot as one of the two. He can still get forward. But yesterday it was clear that he would be given instructions to get forward a lot and doesn't really play to his strengths. But he battled away, he won some good tackles, should have scored when he was through there, but he's not a finisher, is he? I don't think anyone in our side is. And on the other side, Ziyech just gets man of the match for me. He's getting an 8.5. He scored a goal, put a proper shift in. Defensively, he did a lot of work. Sometimes he was left on his own, really, because Lukaku wasn't looking for the ball. And yeah, I thought he did well yesterday, and obviously the goal was icing on a cake. And Lukaku gets a 5. Gets a 5. Just poor all round. And I'm not blaming him totally. I'm blaming the whole team because we aren't playing to his strengths. But yeah, just stopped working. He just stopped working. It's as simple as that. So that was it yesterday. I won't go through the substitutions. Kova made a little bit of a difference. Ruben Loftus-Cheek came on, which was nice to see, but didn't really have any impact on the game at all. And Alonso came on and obviously put the cross in. I think if we got to play an out-and-out left back, I know I've criticised Alonso and he can't play there in anywhere near the same standards as he plays as a left wing back, but he's still better than Malang Sarr, and I think probably Tuchel's sussed that out now. So yeah, that's all I've really got to say. I think we're going to have a few of these performances where we have to grind it out, but the good thing is we won, and with the Spuds beating City away, didn't see that coming, I must be honest. With them beating City away, it means that we really needed to win that, because if they win their games in hand, they go 2 points behind us. Not that I think they will. If one thing this last month's proved to me is you're better to have points in the bag than games in hand. So that's all from me today. If you like these videos, please subscribe to the channel. That'd be brilliant. And also, if you could throw a like. We had lots of views, but not many people throwing a like. Presumably, you like them if you're going to give good feedback. So just press that like button. I don't know why. Apparently, it helps my YouTube algorithm, and that can only be a good thing. Anyway, you have a good finish to your weekend. Chelsea, another 3 points. We might have ground it out, but we won. Up to Chelsea.